Hi Violins, this is a rundown of Sailor Song by Mark Williams. Really cool, fun, fast tune to do. My tempo that I like to take it at is at about a quarter note equals 150. Some great warm-ups that you can do to prep yourself for this tune is to run through a D major scale, run through it with various rhythms, do half notes, quarter notes, eighth notes to really get the dexterity in your fingers that you need as well as your bow so that you're able to actually play this piece and play it well. We're going to play kind of with a marcato-like bow stroke throughout the entire thing. So there's going to be a lot of separation in sound, especially when you hear it just with me by myself. And the reason being is when the whole group comes together, the space will be filled in with everybody else sounds collectively coming through the actual orchestra. As you're prepping this tune, like I said, do a D major scale. Also, always listen to the publish your recording. Something else that you really need to practice is going to be double stops, which appears in the first violin part at measure 35. You're going to be playing open G and open D simultaneously, which is really fun to do. Make sure that you actually rest the bow on both strings and that you don't push down hard. Double stops don't need extra bow weight just to be heard. Let the bow do the work, and you're going to actually find that it's going to be a slightly slower bow speed to really get that sound to come through. You don't need to really just push down and rip hard and with a fast bow stroke. It's not going to do it's just, yeah. Anyway. Further on down, you're going to also find that throughout the piece, like you're going to have a lot of closed E's. For instance, at measure 5 and measure 22, it's requesting, the editor is requesting that you actually use that fourth finger on the A string to close that E. And as we work as a class to build it up, you'll really understand tone-wise why that closed E will sound better than the open E. The other advantages to this is that the closed E sometimes is actually used because the following notes, and this is why I like using it, or in the closed A especially, the following notes after it will be on that string, so it's really important for you to actually just use the fourth finger rather than open. For instance, 59 all the way to the end, at the very last measure you have a third finger D. Instead of going open and crossing over, you just lift your pinky and bring it back down again for that very last measure. You'll also find that that fourth finger comes in handy. I had my eyes on it. Measure 41, where that fourth finger A is requested right there, followed by a third finger G on the D string. After you've gone through all those warm-ups and everything, I'd say go ahead and learn the melody first. Measure 7 through 14, great place to start. Then I would actually jump ahead to 35 through measure really 46. And the reason being is this: you have double stops in this passage, and it's also the counter melody that's introduced by the violas while you're taking your rest at 31. So I have my metronome set at 150. When I go ahead and hit play, and when you're practicing this one, definitely take it at a tempo that you can practice at and build your tempo from there. So there's 150. Here's the beginning. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go ahead and skip through this 4-measure multi-measure rest. Here's 35. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, you probably heard some stuff in my playing through that I need to work on for myself, and that would be fourth finger tone, especially on the A string, towards the end at 59. Something that I was really going for, measure 15, that's where you actually have that soft dynamic. It's marked piano there, and then you jump back to forte at 23. So instead of actually really going for bow weight and that kind of thing, I really used a very, very small amount of bow at 15, and that will really help cut the volume down. And you'll notice that I'm not using that much more bow for the forte at 23 and at the beginning, but it's just enough to make that volume difference really count. I'm just trying to think of any other little pointers to give you, but when you're practicing this, always practice the metronome, and I'll go ahead and end it. So as always, happy practicing and good luck.